Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of Hollywood's most iconic stars. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're shining the spotlight on a true pioneer of the silver screen, the incomparable Mary Pickford. Known as America's Sweetheart, Mary Pickford was a trailblazing actress, producer, and philanthropist who captivated audiences with her charming on-screen presence and paved the way for future generations of female filmmakers. As we step into the world of Mary Pickford, imagine yourself transported to the late 19th century, an era of great upheaval and transformation. The Industrial Revolution was in full swing, with steam engines puffing out white clouds of smoke and horse-drawn carriages rattling down cobblestone streets. The women's suffrage movement was gaining momentum, with courageous women like Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Susan B. Anthony fighting for their right to vote. It was amidst this backdrop of change that Gladys Louise Smith, later known as Mary Pickford, entered the world on April 8, 1892, in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Mary's early life was marked by hardship and struggle, with her father, John Charles Smith, abandoning the family when she was just a toddler. The memory of his departure would leave an indelible mark on Mary's psyche, shaping her perceptions of love, trust, and relationships. Her mother, Charlotte Hennessy, a devout Catholic, was left to care for Mary and her two siblings, Lottie and Jack, in a world that seemed determined to test their resilience. The Smith family's financial struggles forced them to rely on the charity of relatives and friends, often moving from one modest dwelling to another in Toronto's working-class neighborhoods. The sound of horse-drawn carriages and the smell of freshly baked bread wafting from nearby bakeries were a constant presence in Mary's life as she navigated the narrow streets and alleys of her childhood. Despite these challenges, Charlotte encouraged her children's creative pursuits, recognizing the therapeutic value of performance and imagination. She would often gather her children around the piano, singing hymns and folk songs that filled their small apartment with warmth and joy. Mary's introduction to the world of entertainment came at a young age, with her mother encouraging her to participate in local theater productions and amateur performances. She would watch in awe as traveling theater troupes passed through Toronto, mesmerized by the actors' ability to transport themselves and their audiences to far-off worlds. As a child, Mary would often sneak into the local theater to watch rehearsals, hiding in the shadows as the actors rehearsed their lines and perfected their craft. She was enchanted by the way they could become someone else, if only for a little while, and she longed to experience that same sense of transformation. The smell of grease paint and the sound of rustling costumes would become synonymous with excitement and possibility in Mary's mind, drawing her deeper into the world of theater and performance. The turn of the century brought significant changes to the Smith household, with Charlotte's health beginning to decline due to a prolonged illness. In 1900, Mary's mother made the difficult decision to send her children to live with their uncle, James Hennessy, in Philadelphia. This relocation proved pivotal in Mary's development, as she was introduced to a new world of cultural and artistic possibilities. The city's thriving theater scene, with its ornate playhouses and talented performers, would later influence Mary's career choices and shape her aspirations. As Mary settled into her new life in Philadelphia, she attended the exclusive West Penn Square School for Girls, where she honed her acting skills and developed a keen sense of self-presentation. Her natural charisma and expressive abilities caught the attention of her teachers, who encouraged her to pursue a career in the performing arts. Mary's days were filled with the sound of laughter and conversation as she navigated the complexities of adolescence and began to forge a sense of identity that would serve as the foundation for her future success. The early 1900s were a time of great transformation for Mary Pickford, marked by a series of events that would set her on the path to stardom. With her family's financial situation still precarious, Mary made the bold decision to pursue a career in theater, hoping to secure a steady income and provide for her loved ones. As she embarked on this journey, Mary was about to encounter a world of opportunities and challenges that would test her resolve, talent, and determination. As Mary Pickford navigated the vibrant theater scene in Philadelphia, She began to make a name for herself as a talented young actress, captivating audiences with her charisma and talent. In 1900, at just 8 years old, she landed her first professional role in a production of The Silver King at the Arch Street Theater, a historic playhouse that had hosted some of the most renowned performers of the time. This early success sparked a passion that would drive her to pursue a career in entertainment, and over the next few years, she appeared in numerous stage productions, honing her craft and developing a unique sense of style that blended innocence and vulnerability with a hint of mischief. As she took to the stage, Mary's eyes would sparkle with excitement, and her voice would ring out with clarity, entrancing the audience with her presence. Her performances were met with critical acclaim, with reviewers praising her natural talent and effortless charm. In 1902, Mary's family relocated to New York City, where she began performing on Broadway, the epicenter of American theater. The city's fast-paced and competitive environment only fueled her ambition, and she quickly established herself as a rising star in the theatrical world. Her breakthrough role came in 1904, when she was cast as Little Eva in a production of Uncle Tom's Cabin at the Academy of Music, one of the most prestigious theaters on Broadway. This performance caught the attention of David Belasco, a prominent theater producer and director who would become a mentor to Mary and play a significant role in shaping her early career. Belasco, known for his innovative approach to storytelling and his ability to nurture young talent, recognized Mary's potential and took her under his wing, offering guidance and support that helped her refine her craft. Under Belasco's guidance, Mary appeared in several notable productions, including The Warrens of Virginia and A Grand Army Man, both of which showcased her impressive range and versatility as an actress. Her performances earned her critical acclaim and recognition within the theater community, and by 1907, she had become one of the most sought-after young actresses on Broadway. As her star continued to rise, Mary began to attract attention from filmmakers who were eager to capitalize on her talent and charisma. In 1909, Mary made her film debut in The Violin Maker of Cremona, a short film directed by D.W. Griffith, a pioneering filmmaker who would go on to play a significant role in shaping the early days of cinema. This marked the beginning of a long and fruitful collaboration between Pickford and Griffith, who would direct many of her most iconic films and help her navigate the rapidly evolving landscape of the film industry. Over the next few years, Mary appeared in numerous shorts, quickly establishing herself as one of the leading ladies of the silent screen. As her film career took off, Mary continued to work in theater, balancing her stage and screen commitments with remarkable ease. She would often perform on stage during the evenings and then report to the film studio early in the morning, ready to face the challenges of a new day's shooting. This grueling schedule only seemed to fuel her creativity, as she brought a sense of freshness and spontaneity to each performance. In 1910, she founded the independent moving picture company, IMP, which would later become Universal Studios, and began producing her own films, taking control of every aspect of the production process, from script development to editing. One notable example of Mary's innovative approach to filmmaking was her 1914 film Tess of the Storm Country, which showcased her remarkable range and emotional depth as an actress. The film's success can be attributed in part to Mary's insistence on using location shooting, a technique that added a level of realism and authenticity to the story. As she recalled, "I wanted to get away from the studio and into the real world. I wanted to make pictures that would show people how others lived." This commitment to realism and her willingness to take risks helped establish Mary as a true pioneer in the film industry. Throughout her career, Mary Pickford was known for her tireless work ethic and dedication to her craft. She was a true perfectionist, always striving to improve her performances and push the boundaries of what was possible on screen. As she once said, "The most important thing in acting is to be able to laugh and cry at will, and to have a sense of humor about yourself." This humility and willingness to take risks would serve her well as she navigated the ever-changing landscape of the entertainment industry. In 1916, Mary signed with Adolph Zukor's famous Players Studio, which would later become Paramount Pictures. This move marked a significant milestone in her career, as she began producing and starring in films that showcased her unique talent and charisma. Her partnership with Zukor, a shrewd businessman with a keen eye for talent, helped establish her as one of the most bankable stars of the era, and her films consistently broke box office records. As her fame grew, Mary became a cultural icon, inspiring countless young women with her independence, determination, and creative spirit. She was a true pioneer, paving the way for future generations of actresses and filmmakers. Her influence extended far beyond the screen, as she helped shape the public's perception of women's roles in society and challenged traditional notions of femininity. In 1919, Mary co-founded United Artists with D.W. Griffith, Charlie Chaplin, and Douglas Fairbanks, giving her even greater control over her films and allowing her to produce and distribute her own work. This bold move marked a significant turning point in her career, as she transitioned from being simply an actress to becoming a full-fledged filmmaker with creative control over every aspect of the production process. Throughout the 1920s, Mary continued to produce and star in films that showcased her unique talent and charisma, including Pollyanna, Sparrows, and Coquette. Her performances were met with critical acclaim, and she won numerous awards, including the Academy Award for Best Actress for her role in Coquette. As the decade drew to a close, Mary's legacy as one of the most important figures in the history of cinema was already cemented, and her influence would continue to be felt for generations to come. The 1930s marked a significant transition period in Mary's career, as she began to slow down her pace and focus on more selective projects. She continued to act, produce, and distribute films through United Artists, but she also became increasingly involved in philanthropic work, using her platform to support causes close to her heart. Her dedication to social justice and her commitment to empowering women and children inspired countless fans around the world. As the 1930s gave way to the 1940s, Mary Pickford's pace of filmmaking slowed significantly, but her impact on the industry remained unparalleled. The golden glow of Hollywood's golden age still shone brightly on her, even as she scaled back her acting commitments. She continued to produce and distribute films through United Artists, focusing on projects that aligned with her values and creative vision. One notable example of her later work is the 1933 film Secrets, a drama that explores themes of family, love, and redemption. This film showcases Mary's enduring talent as an actress and her commitment to telling stories that resonated with audiences. The making of Secrets was a labor of love for Mary, who poured her heart and soul into the project. She worked closely with the film's director, Frank Borzage, to craft a narrative that would touch the hearts of moviegoers everywhere. The film's sets were meticulously designed, with intricate details that transported viewers to a bygone era. As Mary navigated the complexities of her character, she drew upon her own experiences as a woman in a rapidly changing world. Her performance was met with critical acclaim, cementing her status as one of Hollywood's most beloved and respected stars. In the 1950s and 1960s, Mary Pickford became increasingly involved in philanthropic work, using her platform to support causes close to her heart. She was a dedicated supporter of children's charities and organizations, including the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles and the American Red Cross. Her generosity and compassion inspired countless fans around the world, cementing her legacy as a true Hollywood legend. Mary's commitment to giving back was rooted in her own humble beginnings when she had struggled to make ends meet as a young actress. She never forgot the kindness of strangers who had helped her along the way, and she made it her mission to pay it forward. As Mary delved deeper into her philanthropic work, she found solace in the knowledge that she was making a tangible difference in the lives of others. She spent countless hours visiting hospitals, attending charity events, and advocating for social justice causes. Her tireless efforts earned her numerous accolades, including the Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award, which recognized her outstanding contributions to philanthropy. Mary's selflessness and dedication inspired a new generation of humanitarians who followed in her footsteps to make a positive impact on the world. As Mary Pickford's life drew to a close, she received numerous accolades and recognitions for her contributions to the film industry. The ceremony was a poignant moment, as Mary's peers and admirers gathered to pay tribute to her remarkable career. As she accepted the award, her eyes shone with tears, reflecting on a lifetime of memories and milestones. Mary Pickford passed away on May 29, 1979, at the age of 87, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire and influence filmmakers to this day. As she once said, "The camera is much more than a recording apparatus. It is a medium via which messages are transmitted to humanity." Her own message of hope, resilience, and creativity has been transmitted to generations of film lovers, ensuring her place in the pantheon of Hollywood legends. In the years following her passing, Mary's films continued to enchant audiences, introducing her timeless stories to new fans around the world. Today, Mary Pickford is remembered as a trailblazer, a true pioneer who paved the way for women in film. Her innovative approach to storytelling, her commitment to social justice, and her tireless work ethic have inspired countless fans around the world. In the words of Mary Pickford herself, "I was a pioneer, and I might say a missionary, in the sense that I believed in the power of the motion picture to influence the minds of men and women." Her mission has been accomplished, leaving behind a legacy that will continue to inspire and influence generations to come. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold, reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.